CFC TV. This is obviously no review, no preview, nothing like that, because it's that stupid time of the month here, whatever, that stupid time anyway, the international break. But I thought, there have been a few things going on, rumours about Chelsea. Obviously, most of us know that Antonio Conte will most likely be the new manager of Chelsea by next summer, the coming summer. Obviously, he's the Italy manager at the moment, so he will only officially start working at Chelsea after the Euros, which is obviously always a bit of a problem. Transfers. I know the transfer window only opens on the 1st of July, so they don't miss that much. But then again, they start working on transfers earlier, and I completely understand that international managers want to work for the national team with, everything they've got and want to put 100% into that job and not, talk to the new club and, talk about transfers already and stuff like that. So that's always a bit problematic. But other than that, obviously Antonio Conte, most of us know him from his Juventus days. He took over when they finished 7th twice in a row. And when he took over in this first season, he won the league, and I think he won it 3 times in a row. So obviously that is a bit of a similar situation to what we are in right now. Not doing well, might finish around 7th, 8th or something. And, he made them champion again. Obviously, the Serie A is nothing compared to the Premier League. But still, it's an achievement that, you have to give to him. What I had a bit of a problem with is that he usually plays a 3-5-2 formation, which I'm not too sure works in England. And, you only have wing-backs. I mean, obviously, Hazard will maybe go anyway or whatever, but, our most potent players are wingers. And to use them as wing-backs is sort of taking away some of their quality because they can't express themselves as much if they have to defend that much more. Obviously, Willian could probably do a great job at wing-back. Kennedy definitely could because, he played left-back for us before. But do we want Willian tracking back all the time? I mean, he already tracks back a lot, but do we want him to be basically our right back? Because I'm not too sure I want that. I've heard that, he likes to play the 4-3-3 as well. So he can, vary with his formations and his tactics, which is good to hear. So yeah, 4-3-3 would obviously be great. We've been calling for that for ages, actually. Because the 4-3-3 one, I don't know, that because we don't have a very good number 10, it doesn't work. If we had like Payet, Ozil, I don't know. It's just a very good number 10. It's a great formation, but because we don't have that, it's just wasted, a wasted position that we could use to build like a stronger midfield, a stronger central midfield, and keep possession better, get possession back quicker and stuff like that. So if he does play 4-3-3, I'd be very happy with that. Something I've heard that he apparently said is that he prefers to adapt his tactics and his formation and stuff to the players he's got available to him, instead of making the players get used to what he likes to play, which I think is very good. If it works, is a very good approach, because he can get the best out of his players because he will try to play each and every one where they're what they're best suited for, basically. So, and another statement that I've heard like 2 days ago, that football is he said that apparently. I'm not quoting it like it's something like that. Like football is a sport that you love, and you have to love to play it. And if he sees players that don't love the game, don't show passion, just walk around the pitch, don't show the effort, don't put the effort in, that makes him very angry, which I think is incredible. What Antonio Conte to me is a bit like the Italian Mourinho. So I wouldn't be unhappy with signing Conte, but still I don't really know what was the point of the whole thing then. But, done and dusted, there's no point in talking about Mourinho now anymore. As much as I miss him, and never mind. But yeah, so Antonio Conte, it's obviously he's only ever worked in Italy as a club manager. is it, it's not that easy to come straight from Italy to England. But then again, we had quite a few Italian managers. We had Viali, we had Ancelotti, obviously with Robbie Di Matteo, who won the Champions League. But it's not always the same thing. You can't say, well, it worked with Italian managers before, that's why it's going to work with him. Not that easy. And to talk about transfer rumours, there've been quite a few links. Nothing, that serious. We're just approaching the end of March, so but there've been links to Nainggolan. I'm not sure how you pronounce his first name, from Roma. He's a Belgian actually. He's a very good player. I rate him very highly. He would be a quality player. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is if we play 4-3-3 and Matic still doesn't improve, would Nainggolan be our main CDM? Because in a 4-3-3 you usually play one CDM that stays back and two CMs. A bit more attacking. And this Raja, he's quite a small player, so I'm not sure if he's, as I said, tall enough to be the only real holding midfielder in the Premier League. But we would have to wait and see what exactly happens if we sign him. But as I said, I think he's a quality player, and I do hope we get him. Then there has been a rumour which I'm not too sure I can believe, about Arturo Vidal from Bayern Munich. I know Antonio Conte worked with him before at Juve, which obviously helps. I think he brought him to Juve, so they have a good connection. And when Vidal was asked about possibly joining Conte at Chelsea or something like that, he said, "I always said if I want to go to war, I will take Conte with me. So we'll have to see." It's not something similar to that anyway. So I mean, could happen, but I highly doubt it. He only just signed last summer from Juventus for Bayern. Will Bayern just let him go because he's hugely important for them? I don't know. I doubt it. It would be amazing, but I just doubt it. Obviously, there have been small links and stuff people have been talking about, like Bonucci, because Antonio really likes Bonucci, the Juventus defender, possibly getting him in. Especially if we actually don't give JT a contract, we need an experienced defender, that's for sure. I've heard rumours about Hummels, which would be a great signing as well. And what I've heard today is that apparently we're interested in Lukaku. Apparently his dad said that, he's ready for a move, and clubs like United, City, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid, I can't remember what the other club was, are interested in him, or was it PSG? I'm not sure. It would be similar to what we did with Matic. We let him go when it really didn't work out for him at Chelsea. Got him back, and he was absolute quality for 1.5 years. He's been terrible this season, but when we signed him back in January of 2014, and that half season he played, and then obviously the whole of last season he was very, very good. It was incredible. In my opinion, one of the 2-3 best holding midfielders in the world. If not the best, actually. So, if we could do that with Lukaku's a quality player. He tore us apart in the FA Cup, didn't he? It would, put our club into a bit of a bad light again, and we would probably have to pay 50, 60 million for him. I highly doubt the team would get him for much less than that. Everton have, they've got money now. They're not getting rid of players because they need money. They only get rid of players if they actually feel that's good money. So we'll be, we'll take a lot of money to sign him. And then the kind of big story of the last few days is obviously about Thibaut Courtois. First, there have been things like he prefers to play with the Belgian defence than to the Chelsea defence. He's not actually said in those words, but it's just weird. And then today he said, training is much more competitive and much, higher quality at Belgium because, you only have great players there. At Chelsea, obviously, you have great players, but you also have a bit weaker players, and sometimes you train with the youngsters and stuff like that. And when asked if he will be at Chelsea or not, he said, I don't say yes, I don't say no because I don't know. I'm like, what are you playing at? He's pretending he's been our best player all season. He's been utter shite. He's been injured for 3 months or 4 months. Came back in early December, and ever since he's been terrible, letting goals in like left, mid, and centre everywhere. Like mistake after mistake after mistake in the last few weeks. And then he's coming out with those kind of statements. It's just stupid. Like first we get rid of Czech, and then Courtois comes up with those things. Like I don't know. Like it would be stupid to sell Courtois, a player with that attitude. You can't keep. Like he thinks he's here and the club is here. He thinks he's like, Buffon and Casillas years ago. Or he thinks he's as good as Neuer, and he's just not. That's the thing. He's just not, and I'm so annoyed at him. Like, who does he think he is? Like, I mean, Willian is the only player that I allow saying a few bad things about Chelsea because he deserves that. Because he was the only one putting effort in. He was the only one, showing his worth this season. He was the only one performing. He can say bad things about other players that they didn't perform. But a player that underperforms for 4 months now, like Thibaut Courtois, almost 5 months actually. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Like, what are you doing? You're having a laugh. But, there's nothing really you can do about it, If we get an offer, I don't know if we would take it or not. But, yeah. I mean, I think I've, covered most of the rumours that I've heard. Obviously, talked about Conte, Nainggolan, Vidal, Bonucci, Hummels quickly, and also Lukaku. And obviously, there's always stuff going on with Eden Hazard. He has an injury now. He's not in the Belgium squad as well. Will he stay at Chelsea? I don't know. It's probably up to, other clubs. Do they trust in him to perform like he did last season, or are they scared that he might perform like he did this season? It's definitely not for certain that he will leave. Do I want him to leave? I don't know. Would I take, 60 million or above? Of course. Because if he doesn't want to be here, there's no point. Same with Lukaku and De Bruyne. People are blaming Mourinho, but if a player doesn't want to be here, there's no point in forcing him to. It's a bit different with Mata because Mata just wanted to play a little bit more. But Hazard plays every week. And when he's not injured anyway. And he still doesn't really look like he wants to be. He's not performing, It's just a bit annoying. But yeah, that's it for me. Obviously, international breaks, big game today for England against Germany. Only friendlies, of course. My country, Austria, playing Albania. And Turkey on Tuesday. So, you've got to watch it, but in the end, you're just bored. Even with a season like we're having, Chelsea, you just don't want to see the international break. It's not just I'm looking forward to the Euros. I just hate friendlies. Like, for example, Aymeric Laporte, the Athletic Bilbao defender, he played an under-21s friendly for France yesterday or 2 days ago. And he picked up, he broke like his ankle or something and will most likely miss the Euros. And I'm like, see, that's what I have a problem with friendlies. Like, pre-season is different because you need to get ready for the big games. But during the season, it's just stupid. Like, you can have just, like, why? Of course you can get injured in training, but, and, in games, like in matches that count. But to get injured in a friendly, it's just a waste. Like, it's just stupid. But yeah, don't want to get into that too much. As I said, that's it from me. And I'm going to, talk to you guys for a review after the next match. And yet again, I can't think of who we're playing. Oh yeah, we're playing Villa away. So that should be a win, let's be honest. But yeah, I see you then. Keep the British flying now.